Underfulla too. Underfulla baby Lugan. Jam, buddy. Hey, yo, y'all watch Final Destination? I ain't gonna cap. I watched it. It was pretty good. It was, I ain't gonna lie, it was way scarier. It was way scarier in a YouTube video. Damn, my shit look crazy. I don't know. I'm tweaked. I'm definitely tweaked. I ain't gonna lie, my shit probably look crazy all the time. But yeah, Final Destination from death point of view is terrifying.
You had a simple job.
Damn. It's like, yo, it's 4 a.m. and I'm getting
40 people, 1 plane, 1 clean explosion, done before lunch.
Is this really breakfast?
Then some 17-year-old little shit saw your to-do list 30 seconds early, and now you're spending the next 6 months chasing these people through bathrooms and train crossings in the streets of Paris. This is Final Destination, but from the perspective of death. And god damn it, if you are death, this movie is frustrating. So you're staring at a list, 7 names, 7 names that shouldn't exist. These people should be dead right now, scattered across the Atlantic in pieces too small to identify. That was the plan. There was 40 students on a senior trip to Paris on 1 plane. 1 clean explosion 4 minutes after takeoff, done before your coffee break. But that's not what happened. What happened is this: a 17-year-old named Alex Browning had a window seat, and his brain decided to show him tomorrow's newspaper a few seconds early. He sees the explosion before it happens, and wakes up screaming about fire and smoke and metal tearing apart at 30,000 feet like a little bitch instead of...
Yeah, I think it's realistic. Yeah, I think I could dream about your death and try to avoid it. I ain't gonna lie. Me, I did it before like 2 weeks ago. The thing with me, I don't even dream and try to avoid it. I just avoid it. I just like, I'm the type of dude. I wake up in the morning and it's like death walking to me. He's like, yeah, you gonna die today. I'm like, I smack the shot. I look at him, I'm like, yo, little nigga, calm it down. Maybe next year, calm it down. Calm it down.
Accepting his fate like a man, and because he won't shut up about it, a fight breaks out between him and this jock named Carter Horton, who thinks Alex has completely lost his mind. The chaos gets 7 people removed from the plane: Alex, his best friend Todd, Carter and his girlfriend Terry, their teacher Miss Luton, and some kid named Billy who was just in the wrong place, and a girl named Clear Rivers, who walked off on her own because she looked at Alex screaming about death and thought, yeah, I believe him. They're standing in the terminal when it happens, watching through the glass. Flight 180 lifts off, climbs to maybe 1,000 feet, and then becomes a raging fireball. Debris falling like rain, everyone on board gone in an instant. Exactly like you had planned. Except for the 7 people watching from the wrong side of the window. This is annoying. You were death. You had this handled. 1 event, 40 souls, clean and efficient. Now you've got leftovers, names that didn't get crossed off. And the thing about you, the thing about death, is that you don't leave your names uncrossed. That's not how you work. So you adjust. You've done this before, not often, but it happens. When someone cheats the design, the universe gets thrown off, and you have to come back around to collect what's owed. The rule is simple. They die in the order they were supposed to die on the plane. The first person who would have gotten the explosion dies first, then the next, and one by one until the books are balanced and the list is clear. Todd Wagner is first. 39 days after the crash, Todd is alone in his bathroom. It's late, the house is quiet, he's probably thinking about his brother George, who stayed on the plane and is now being remembered at memorial services while Todd walks around breathing. That's the kind of guilt that keeps a person up at night, which works perfectly for you because you need him awake for this. The setup is simple. A leaky pipe drips water onto the bathroom floor. It's a small puddle, barely visible. Todd doesn't notice it because he's not really aware about anything. He's got other things on his mind. He moves around the bathroom doing whatever teenagers do when they can't.
Death knew better than to try me with some shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. Everything would have won anything. I would have got tied up. I would have been, why won't he think I'm done? Why won't he think I'm done? I open my eyes. Eat a dick, nigga. I am super nigga.
Can't sleep, and then his foot hits the wet tile at the worst possible angle. His feet go out from under him. He falls backward, arms flailing, and lands in the bathtub. But here's where it gets interesting. There's a clothesline mounted above the tub, the retractable type with thin wire. And as Todd falls, the wire somehow wraps around his throat. Now he's trapped, feet sliding on wet porcelain, hands clawing at the wire, cutting to his neck, and the more he fights, the tighter it pulls. He can't get leverage, he can't get air, and you're just watching, making sure nothing interrupts this, because god damn it, this kid should be dead, making sure every single piece stays exactly where it needs to be. It doesn't take long. There's a few minutes of struggle, and then nothing. Todd Wagner is dead. Hell yes, first name crossed off. And here's the part that you're kind of proud of. The water that caused the whole thing slides back across the floor after he stops moving. It retreats into the drain like it was never there. No puddle, no evidence, no explanation for why a healthy teenager ended up strangled by a clothesline in his own bathroom at 2 in the morning. The cops show up the next day and rule it that he ended his own life. They figure he felt guilty about surviving when his brother didn't. Tragic, but understandable. But absolutely wrong. This was your doing 100% and is one of your most proudest kills. It was quick, clean, and efficient. Just how you like it. Except there's a problem. Alex Browning showed up at Todd's house that night before the body was even cold. Something pulled him there, some instinct, some feeling he couldn't explain. He didn't make it in time to save his friend, but he made it in time to see the aftermath. To notice that something about this death doesn't add up. Because of course this little shit's gotta go sticking his nose in places he doesn't understand. Why can't he just let you, the god of death, do your damn job?
Would you rather be Alex or just a regular person? Like, would you rather know that you're gonna die, like somebody death is trying to kill you? Cause like Alex knew, but like I'm pretty sure at the end he's still dead anyways. I don't know. I don't remember the movie. I watched it I had rewatched it like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Still don't remember. But yeah. So like you know death is coming after you, blah blah blah. But you can't stop it. I don't know. I'm the type of dude. Jay killed me, folks. I ain't even trying to fight back. No. I'm one of them dudes. They be like, put your hands up. I'm like, yeah. I ain't the type of dude to put my hands up and let you kill me, but I'm the type of dude like lunge at you. So you get, so like by instinct, you just pull that trigger. Oh no.
Anyways, a few days later, Alex and Clear sneak into the funeral home to look at Todd's body. They're looking for answers, and of course they fucking find one. But not the kind they want. There's a mortician working there named William Bloodworth. He's a tall, creepy guy, played by the same guy that played the Candyman, which should tell you about how this conversation is going to go. And this guy knows things that he definitely shouldn't. He tells him straight up what's happening. You cheated death's design, he says. You got off the plane when you were supposed to die on it. Now death is coming back for what's owed, one by one in the order that you were supposed to go. Alex already suspected this. Now he has proof. He gets the rules now, this game that he got pulled into. And this is where things get interesting, because Alex isn't the type to sit around waiting for his turn. Of course, he's the annoying type of kid who's going to take a fight. He's going to warn the others and try to stay one step ahead. He's already taken notes. He genuinely believes that he might be able to beat you, which is cute. The confidence is almost admirable. The kid watches his best friend die under impossible circumstances, and his response is to grab a notebook and start problem solving. Most people would fall apart. Alex is building a little flowchart to try to save his own life. But here's what he doesn't understand yet. Knowing the rules doesn't mean that you can break them. You can see the truck coming and still get hit. You can know exactly how the trap works and still walk right into it because you blinked at the wrong second or stepped left instead of right. Death isn't a puzzle you solve. It's math. An equation always balances eventually. It doesn't matter how smart you are or how hard you fight. The numbers come out the same in the end. And Alex will learn that. They all will. Right now, the other survivors are still in denial. They're telling themselves Todd's death was a tragic accident, a coincidence, bad luck on top of worse luck. They're looking at Alex with his theories and his warnings, and they're thinking he's lost it, that the crash broke something in his head and now he's seeing patterns that aren't there. They'll figure it out soon enough. See, Todd's death was quiet, private, something that happened behind a closed bathroom door and got filed away as one more sad story in a world full of them. The other survivors can explain it away if they try hard enough. They can keep pretending everything is fine. But you are about to make a statement to them that they cannot ignore. Something public, something messy, something that happens in broad daylight with witnesses watching and no possible explanation that makes any kind of sense. You are done being subtle. In fact, you are pissed off. This little kid, this little shit thinks that he can challenge you. You are the end. And that is what you are going to do to these kids. End them. It's time to remind these people who the hell they're actually dealing with. Because Terry Chaney is standing on a sidewalk right now, arguing with her dumbass boyfriend about whether Alex is crazy or telling the truth. She's frustrated and scared, and she's about to step off the curb at the worst possible second. In fact, she's about to have a pretty bad day, if you ask me. Terry Chaney is mid-sentence when she dies. She's standing on a sidewalk outside a cafe, yelling at Carter about how she refuses to let some plane crash define the rest of her life, which, you know, would be noble if you're a normal person. But this dumbass kid doesn't realize she's about to get hit by a double-decker 6,000-ton bus. That bus is about to turn her into a moldy grilled cheese sandwich on the side of the pavement in about a week. And yeah, that's what it does. 1 second she's there, and the next second she's not. It's just this loud, wet impact, and then silence. The kind of silence that settles over a crowd when everyone realizes they just saw something that cannot be unseen. Someone just got turned into red mist on the highway. Some minimum wage employee is going to have to clean that up. That guy's life must suck. You know why it sucks? Well, his wife actually just cheated on him with his brother. Yeah, you never thought about that guy, did you, huh? Next time you go ahead and step in front of buses, just think about the fact you could be ruining some, like, minimum wage worker's life. You don't think about that, do you? Anyways, your death. You don't really care about that stuff. Yeah, the survivors are standing there sprayed with something they don't want to think about. They're sprayed with Terry's red juices, we'll put it that way. And trust me, it's not tomato juice. It is something a lot worse. Carter's girlfriend, gone. Middle of the day, witnesses everywhere, and absolutely no explanation that makes any kind of sense, other than the bus driver was not looking that direction when they were driving. But you are deaf. You wanted to make a statement for them to not fuck with your rules. Well, your statement's been made. Todd's death was deniable. It was a weird accident behind a closed door that cops could write off as someone ending their own life, and everyone could pretend was just bad luck. But a bus appearing out of nowhere and turning a person into red mist, well, that's harder to explain away. Alex has been warning them that something is hunting the survivors, and they've been looking at him like he belongs in a padded room. Not anymore. Now they believe him. And honestly, good. Fear makes people easier to predict. When someone's terrified, they stop thinking clearly. They run in straight lines. They make mistakes. They do exactly what you expect.